All right, guys, Crypto Charts Joe with another market update. And today we're going to start off with the SPY, basically the spider, the ETF for the S&P 500. And let me get rid of all this. We'll build this chart together because it's a lot easier to see, how the parts are put together. And right now, most of the U.S. markets are up, pushing up, and actually doing pretty well. And part of that has to do with the DXY or the US dollar index, and we'll get to that, of course, here in a minute. But what we're looking at is maybe a little bit of headwinds ahead for the US markets, S&P 500. And we'll start with this little trend line first. Just kind of pop it down, see if I can get it lined out here. And of course, we're up and over it. But we got to wait, until things, close for the day, because you never can tell how that'll, work out. You know how that goes. And then also, can we maintain pressure to the upside? Because we do have a lot of, well, not a lot, a little bit of resistance coming down on us, and I'll show you that from this swing high to swing low. We're going to put our fib line in here, so we have that 0.618 fib there. And then coincidentally, we also have this little, you can see this red candle here, this gap down. Sometimes I can be a little bit of a resistance area as well. And then just as important, or more importantly, we have the 50. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. The 50 hitting the candle today, price action today, and depending on how strong the Fed can be to help the markets push higher, that 50 could be a little bit of a issue near term, for the S&P 500 in the SPYs. We're looking at it. So near term, we need really some FOMO, some buy action to come in. To get over this area, maybe we need to trade sideways, consolidate, then try to push up and over that 0.618 fib in this gap zone here on the SPY. Let's go ahead and go to the DXY, the DXY, and this one, I'll just leave everything up here because this fib line is important to us, and that this and our overhead resistance at the red dash line helped us pinpoint the resistance and the potential pullback, which we're in now. But we do have the 20 right here, and possibly this high pivot level there that was previous resistance, and it should be possibly support for us should we come back down in here. And the reason why that blue dash line here, we have to go to the weekly. It's just under the 50. Or if we go over here to 2016 December, it was about a month, 4 weeks here. We kept bumping at this area at 103.70 area, just for even round numbers, and couldn't get over that. So a lot of times when you get those, high pivots, low pivots, support areas, resistance areas of the past, and as you can see, that, long ago, just recently, we couldn't get over it for several days. Finally did, came back under it, and then it held support a couple of times. And, here we are now. So we'll see if we do get down this area. Near term, we have a low and a high pivot support areas with the 50, and then this multi-week month support line here as well. Should we come a little bit lower on the US dollar, okay? And of course, let's get to what everybody's looking for, okay? The Bitcoin, and I'll kind of hit on this a little bit. And right now, earlier today, we were concerned about the 50 coming in and holding price action down. Of course, that doesn't seem to be an issue right now. That 0.5 fib is kind of an issue for for us. And the reason why that's important, and I have it up here, is that once we get up and over the 50, that should help clear the path to run up to our previous support zone, which is now going to be resistance. So we could hit that, 25 to 28, possibly, that 28,000 area, if and when we're able to get above the 0.5, and of course we'll be above the 50 and above the 20 simple day moving averages. And if we can at least get a weekly close up here, and I feel more confident, more bullish about us running, up into the high 20s, possibly as high as 27, 28 that we were talking about. So we'll see how the day ends. You know how these things go. We still have about 4 hours to go, and if we hold the top, of course, the higher we close, the better. But if we can at least stay over that 50, that would be pretty strong near term, because we have this long term little pivot zone here, that red dash line that causes a lot of issues, and finally got over it. We traded all over the place today, of course, from last evening when we pulled back. But anyway, just a quick update, and thanks for watching, and we will see you on the charts.